Well, good morning and welcome to Groovy Tuesday. You're not in the wrong room, friends. If you're looking for Louise, unfortunately, she's not well. She came to work. She didn't want to disappoint, but she wasn't looking well. And so we sent her home. And I was working from home anyway, because I'm getting ready for TV and Hobby Maker at Hobby Maker up in Redditch tomorrow. So I said, well, let me jump on board and cover for Louise for Groovy Tuesday, so that you don't wonder what's happened. So that you don't wonder what's happened, and we can have a cup of tea together. So it's been a bit of a scramble. Our friend Jane is in the room with your good selves, so I'm hoping that she'll be there too. And other than that, I'm just looking for, there we are. Good morning. I was just looking for somebody in the chat. Yeah, Carol, I know. She's been overdoing it. Sound is all good, says Jane. And let's have a cup of tea together. Let's have a cup of tea together. And I've got some really nice things to show you, actually, because I don't usually have time for parchment, because because it's a skill set that requires time. My room is full of ink and paint, as you know. But having said that, many of you have saved my bacon today because, of course, you always send me beautiful cards at Christmas. Dave and I receive beautiful cards from your good selves at Christmas and on birthdays and when we're poorly as well. And so I thought this would be a perfect opportunity to have a little art gallery of your work, because you see, I never, ever throw any handmade cards from your good selves away. Why would I? You know, I think it's flattering when people spend time on making art for us, and it's to throw it away. So I've got boxes and boxes and boxes. And so I only had about 20 minutes to get ready, get the mascara on. You know what it's like when you think you're working from home, you put your old t-shirt from yesterday on. You think, oh, I haven't got to put any makeup on, no performance today. And then suddenly it's like, oh, jump to it, Gray. And I'm glad to do so. And so I've managed to find some really lovely artwork from yourselves. Morning, Cherry. Morning, Catherine. It's lovely to have your company. Hi, Jackie and Lynn. Yeah, it's good to see you. And we do wish Louise all the very, very best. Yeah. And I'm sure she'll be as fit as a fiddle in a couple of days' time. One day at a time. You know what they say. So while we wait for some friends to come in, I was writing the blog, because of course you know that it's 100 days. I'm doing a 100-day countdown. Like we haven't got anything else to do at Clarity. I just thought, you know, you have those ideas, and it was 100 days, and I thought, if I miss this train, I've missed that train. So so we're having a countdown on my blog, barbaragrayblog.com. And every day, Jazz and I coordinate this, and every day we shine a light on something Christmassy. And as I get more, today was a day that I was going to get more time to think about some other fun things to do with you, limericks and such. But there's no rush. There's no rush. Immer mit der Ruhe, as my mum says. Keep it calm. Yeah, so rather than cancel today, we thought we'd have a little gallery. Now, before we begin, what did I want to tell you? Oh, yeah, golden ticket winner. So Jilly rang me this morning while we were sorting this out. And of course, on Friday, we had our birthday event, because we've got the 100 Days Christmas. That's the countdown, very blog centric. And then we're also celebrating Clarity's 32nd birthday. Long may it continue. And so 32 years, and every weekend, every Friday, we're coming up with something special, a treat, a birthday treat. So this particular last Friday, we had a golden ticket for anybody that spent £50 with us on that beautiful collection from Linda Williams. Those I think they were floral, really lovely floral gifts. And I'm sure that, oh no, it wasn't. It was the French Christmas lace, wasn't it? It was the French Christmas lace, and I launched it with Louise. Remember, if you didn't see that show, it was on Friday, and fantastic plates designed by Jazz, and they're very Francais, very, very beautiful. Might be worth going to our TV, Clarity TV page online or YouTube, and you can always go to the catch-up section and then go back and have a look at those. Well, I'm pretty certain that during that show, we said that we would have, I don't know, that it all blends into one, but I'm pretty certain that we said we'd have a golden ticket for a light wave, complete with translucent mat. Yeah, it definitely was Louise, because she kept prompting me on the translucent mat, and the case to hold it in. So it's a really useful, oh so useful light wave. And the golden ticket winner, who will receive said light wave, A4 light wave with case and translucent mat, is Margaret McShannon. So there we are, Margaret McShannon. Thank you if you joined in. Thank you if you spent with us. You cannot imagine how important that is at the moment. Okay. But Margaret McShannon, you are the winner of the golden ticket, and a light wave complete with all the trimmings will be coming your way, will be winging its way to you in the next couple of days. So there we are. Congratulations. I'll say the name one more time, just in case she's not in the room yet, but she's getting there. Margaret McShannon. Well done, Margaret. Yeah, so this morning I was writing the blog, and the blog was about the Christmas open days and the workshops with Linda Williams. And so it's all fresh in my mind about community and getting together. And it's time I must get hold. Well, everybody's locked in, but I need to call a couple of people just to make sure that the art demonstrators are on track and we're all on the same sheet of music. So a lot of work goes into these. But I do remember last year being super fun, really cool. And my hope is that you consider joining us this year. Even if it's a ways away, look at your calendar, have a think, check out the blog. Check out the blog. Before you say I can't do it, it's too far, check out the blog and then have a read and have a think. And then don't tell me if you can't come. That just makes me feel even worse. Tell me if you can come. Okay. Right. Now let's see. So we've got no Louise. That's everything that I wanted to talk about. So let's get on with the gallery. How are you enjoying Groovy Tuesday? I think it's very good. Paul is having a well-deserved break. He's on holiday and everything is fine. But I thought it'd be really nice to have a look at this artwork. So how do you feel about that? Yeah, I think so too. So let's have a look. I've got two piles here. One for our Christmas 100 days celebration, although they're all beautiful Christmas cards, and one for a birthday that I celebrated. So, and Jane's put up the catch-up page. That's marvelous. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you very much indeed. And yes, Betty, a light wave is fantastic for colouring. I use it for printmaking too. It's great for alignment. Right, so eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I think we'll start with the birthday cards and then we'll go on to Christmas. Okay. So this is only a small selection. Honestly, that I've got to have a sort out. I have got to have a sort out. Underneath the bed in one of the rooms are boxes and boxes of all the wedding cards and then the other Christmas cards. And I just keep putting them under the bed. I'm turning into a hoarder, people. I'm turning into a hoarder. I ought to send them back to you and then you could make a calendar with all your beautiful work. Oh, yeah. Or I ought to make calendars and then put them all over the office. I'm glad to hear you're coming to the open days, Jane. You're a key player. Right, birthdays. Let's have a look at these beautiful cards. Let's check this out. And I'm just going to get the camera in closer. Oh, it's so mechanical here at home. How is everybody? How is everybody? Hey? You okay? Coping with everything? I know. We really appreciate you hanging out with us. You know, whether you hang out with us on Monday mornings in the shack or today, Groovy Tuesday. And we appreciate it when you come into Clarity TV and you support us that way too. Where would we be without you? What would be the point? Okay. Now, let's take a look at some of this fabulous artwork. And this one is my sister-in-law, Sheila Gray. And she sent us a really, look at that, for someone very special. Look at the snip work on that. I mean, good Lord. Hey, that's picot cutting. What an opener to the gallery. Isn't that lovely? Sheila Gray. Yeah, she's amazing. She is amazing. Now, let's see. We've got Caroline Smith. Isn't that lovely? B for Barbara, B for bees. I love it. So that's a really cool letter. Interestingly, all right, so let's go back one. So the picot cutting, I'm hoping with all my heart that Glynis can join us at the Christmas open days. It will be great, you know, if Glynis can join us. I'm tempted to go and get her myself if Pete's not feeling well. It's a long way for her to come. But she is the picot cutting queen. So it'd be lovely to see Glynis. It's not the same without her. And then this lovely card, interestingly, on Friday, we've got a really cool idea with masks using alphabets. So isn't this lovely? I was lucky as I received all my goods from you before Create and Craft went down. Well, the reason you got your goods before Create and Craft went down was because we honoured those goods, and absolutely glad we did, even if it cost us dearly. But that's the way it goes in business. You win some, you lose some. And you know, interestingly, I hadn't read the inside of the card. It must have been very hard, as the financial implications to you must have been risky. They were, and we really did struggle. In fact, we still are, you know. And so if you read the room, you know, we are struggling to get back from that hit. And we're still here 1 year on. So, you know, I'm ever optimistic, of course, you know. Worry doesn't work. We've just got to roll our sleeves up and get on with it. But we rely very heavily on you, of course we do, you know. And yes, you're absolutely right, Caroline. We did take a punch to the gut. But it's okay. We'll get there. Something's got to give, you know. So it'll be fine. And if I'm going on about the open days and about the workshops and about the online workshops and, you know, I don't do it because I'm greedy. There you are, in a nutshell. So thank you for that. Oh, do you remember this lovely artwork? Sue Carpenter, love this. So this was one from Sue Carpenter. Do you remember that beautiful sampler? There she is on the screen. Yoo-hoo, Sue. That's your artwork. Oh, yes, it is. Made with love by Sue Carpenter. There you go. No, Carol Clark, I haven't forgotten the lace equipment you were going to give me. I was going to give you. Absolutely, I haven't. I'm so glad. Carol, I lost I lost the piece of paper that said your name on it. Carol, do me a favour. I need your address. I've got it sitting here. Beautiful. Oh, will you do me a favour? Oh, you've made my day. Because I've got this really lovely lace making kit, never going to go to any use. And you said that you could make good use of it. Please do me a favour. And you don't put your address on here, for goodness sake. Private message me and do me a favour and give me yeah. Somewhere that lost that. And now I wasn't able to remember who to send the stuff to. Will you do that for me? Cool. Right, back to Sue Carpenter with that sampler, Serenity. Love it, Sue. Happy birthday. Thank you. Thank you. Right, now here's one. Who's this from? Jackie Cooling, March 2025. Happy birthday to you. Have a lovely day. There you go, Jackie. Lovely to show off your artwork and that you're in the room. Isn't that great? Love it. Love that you're in the room. You know, staunch supporter. All I see, all the names that are coming up here in the Groovi Tuesday in the chat, I can see the names coming up, and they're all staunch supporters, loyal supporters of Clarity. And we thank you. We really do. Believe you and me. I keep looking at the back thinking, oh no, it's not on the back. And then, of course, I remember I've got to look inside. Kathy Richmond, happy birthday. Hope you have the special day you deserve. Thank you, Kathy. Happy. Do you remember we drew that in the shack? Yes. Happy days are here again. Isn't that lovely? Really super. I'm really glad that you enjoy Groovi. It's been we celebrated 10 years of Groovi this year. 10 years. I know. I spoke to oh, I thought, whose birthday's this then? Sue Carpenter, happy 30th birthday. Look, isn't that fabulous? But this is to everyone at Clarity Towers on reaching 30 years of being in business. Long may it continue. Thank you for the excellent customer service. Shack, Groovi Tuesday, craft alongs the blogs. Facebook enable us all to share our projects and get hints and tips from everyone. The Clarity family is constantly growing as the word spreads across the world. Thank you for everything, Sue Carpenter. Isn't that super? There you go, Sue. 30 years ago, and now we're on 32 already. I know. How time flies when you're having fun. Right. Jane Telford. People will forget what you said. People will forget what you did, but they will never forget how you made them feel. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? Maya Angelou, my absolute shiro. I love this artwork, Jane. Parchment, at its absolute best. Jane Telford, in the building, always there. Dearest Barb, especially for you, with love from Jane and Colin. How cool is that? See now, why? In what world would I throw this away? In what world would I throw any of this art away? Right, next one. This is, see, I keep looking at the back, but of course, oh, this is a blank. Now, who sent me this lovely artwork? We have a riddle, a thank you card from who? Who made this card? Hands up, it's beautiful. This is the designer parchment. Isn't it great when you see all that lovely colour? What's that there? Liam. Right, look, all this lovely colour is on the actual parchment. See? I know. Isn't that amazing? You really ought to take another look at that designer parchment. We've got plenty of it. We do. In order to get that designer parchment made, printed, we had to order a lot. And we are still enjoying it. Oh dear. That was the thing, you see. We ramped up for Create and Craft, and then of course we got let down. Now, this is isn't this a lovely card? Do you know, I think that this butterfly, it might have thought, because I found this at the bottom of the box, and I'm thinking that do you think it's got anything to do with this one? I think so too. It must have come off somewhere. Oh, I'm gonna put it in here, and then I need a little repair job. Now, who did this beautiful masterpiece though? Look at that picot cutting. I mean to say, friends, look at that. There's that tool that Louise was showing us on Friday. That's a cool tool. Come on, tell us which one it is. I'm testing you now. I know, because I was there. Let me write it down on a bit of paper. Let me see if I'm right. I think I'm right. I may be wrong though. I think it's called right. This is what I've written down. And if I'm wrong, I stand corrected. Yes! She knows her onions. I love parchment. Do you know, I just wish I had more time. But you got to be careful what you wish for, friends. In a minute, I might have all the time in the world. Okay. Right, let's have a look. Beautiful, beautiful artwork. And who is the artist? Rachel. Oh, lovely Rachel. Do love Rachel. There we go. Rachel Hawkins. I knew it. What a nice lady she is. Real classy. Just like her artwork. Isn't that nice? Are you enjoying this? Are you enjoying this? Oh, forget me lot. Forget me not. This is all done with parchment, you know. Look, it is. Little cutout stamps and parchment. Who's done this one then? Because that's rather beautiful. Isn't that clever? The seeds of the forget-me-not place into a flower. Definitely, yes. Julia and Alistair Robinson. What a lovely couple. So thoughtful. Do you know, Juliet and Alistair, they come down to last time I saw them was in June, a summer retreat, August. They come all the way down from Scotland every year as a couple. And Alistair does the workshop with his wife. And he's very good. He really gets into it. Isn't that? Glynis is coming in November. Happy days are here again. Isn't this beautiful? Right. A little gift. Thank you for yours and Grace's support and love. You really are a tonic. Sheila, I love it. I don't know. What is wrong with me this week? I've got to go on bloody Hobby Maker tomorrow. I hope I don't start blubbing then. It's one thing doing it with my mates now and yesterday, but I'm blinking hope I can. Oh, I'll have to get my hard hat on. Oh, let me get my hard hat on now. Bingo. Sheila Stacey, beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for so much. This is a lovely one. Oh, Sheila Gray's in the building again. Sorry, Sheila, it curled a bit. I'll have to put it in a flat book. Nice. Happy birthday. See, I told you I never throw anything away. All our love, Steve and Sheila. Well, at least he wrote the... Oh, it's Grace's. Grace, I've got your card here, just if you're wondering. I've got Sheila's card for you. I'll hang on to it. It's Sheila, if you're in the room, I'll hang on to it because it's quite neutral. Look, you haven't put a year on it. I'll flatten it for you. I'll flatten it for you. Okay, I'll put it in a press, put it under a heavy book, that's called, and then you can give it to Grace in March. Save you a load of work. Okay, recycling, got to be done because it's so pretty. She'll love it. I don't know why I've got it. Okay, so I'll put that one. I'll put that one over there, and I'll sort that one out now. Oh, Sheila, what's happening here? I keep all Sheilas. This could be next year's for me. Oh, this is the one you make for my mum. This is the one you make. Oh, look, 2024. See, my mum times it. But what we could do is, this is for Grace as well, the granddaughter. So I've obviously kept these for Grace. Aren't they beautiful? Okay, we're recycling. That's also going to be given to Grace next year. Now, what have we here? This is a lovely one. Oh, look at that cutting and that colouring. Isn't that insane? Hey? Sally. Is that Sally Poole, do you think? It could be. Sally Poole. Told ya. She's so good. She's so good. Sally Poole. Thank you so much, Sally. Isn't that lovely? Wowee. Hey? Oh, no. That's something, you know, about community. When you recognise your customer's artwork without looking at the back, eh? I know. That's something. So there we go. That's Sally Poole's. And this is Elizabeth. Oh, Elizabeth. Thank you. This is an Easter card. Told you never throw them away. So Elizabeth always comes to the open days in June. And I bet she comes to the Christmas ones too. I'm sure she will. She is such a fabulous young woman. You know, you often hear me say, the more you do, the better you get. And the better you get, the more you want to do. That's an Elizabeth quote. I can't take credit for that. But how true is it? I must say it twice a week. Yeah. She's really, really clever. And I love conversing with her when she comes to the open days, which is why I actually don't demonstrate at the open days. Because we had a powwow about it. And after I was really ill, do you remember when I was in hospital? I wasn't really feeling myself. And the open days, it's hard, you know, jumping up and down on that chair, giving away the raffle prizes, making sure that everybody's happy, spending quality time talking to people that I only see once a year. All that, plus trying to demonstrate, like do art demos, it's too much really. And so I made the decision to take my pottery. Yeah, so what I do now is I just sit with my mum and I spread out my pottery. People really like it. I mean, those little raku birds, they pretty much sold out. And I've made a load more and owls, but they still need to be rakued. But you see, it's just a traveling gently thing, you know. It's easier all round to just be able to spend time with people that have come a long way to spend time with us, rather than trying to sell something, you know. It's easier this way for me, you know. And I've got plenty of really talented artists in the room helping and sharing their knowledge. And my argument is I'm on telly 3 or 4 times a week peddling. So that's the occasion where I like to spend time with my friends, quality time, you know. And also, you know, my mum, I love sitting with her, making sure she's fine. And the putting the pottery out is an incidental, but it's really popular. I can't tell you how good that is for your confidence, you know. Really cool. I went to I'll tell you about confidence, is interesting. We went to the Bentley Wood Fair on Saturday, and we were walking through the woods, and there was this lady, and she was showing weaving, beautiful weaving, like hand woven, really organic with wool, right, really earthy. And she was using a little loom, little hand loom. She was a retired teacher. Anyway, there was one particular piece. I really liked it. And we were talking about making, you know, and I said, and I was holding this piece, because I was thinking, I wonder, I couldn't see a price tag on it, see. I was holding this piece and I said to her, it's that moment when somebody actually likes your work that much that they want to buy it from you. That's a real buzz. And I remember that feeling the first time I sold a piece of pottery. It was like, wow, what? That was quite something for me. So I said that to this lady and she said, well, I've yet to experience that. And I thought, what? Why are you here then? Because I assumed it was a selling platform, right? And she said, oh, I'm just showing how I weave. I'm not selling anything. And I said, but you pay to be here. And she says, yeah, but there was this block, right? And I said, but you could sell this work. It's so beautiful. I would like to buy this piece. So she said to me, and how much? She said, this is where I stumble because I don't know what to charge. And then I said, well, ask me. I said, I've spent a lifetime doing this. It's easy for me to do it for other people. It's just for yourself. It's not so easy, is it? And she said, how much would you be prepared to pay for that? And I looked at this beautiful woven piece. Anyway, the long and the short of it was, I said, I wouldn't expect to pay any less than £150 for it. And she was like, really? And then I said, yeah, well, you've got to factor things in. First of all, most people, if they're paying £150, they're not going to have that kind of cash on them. And so you're going to have to pay credit card charges or debit card charges. That costs a pretty penny. And then, of course, you've got to factor in how much it costs you for your stand or your tabletop, because that's a factor. And then you've got to consider, your time, because that's a factor. And then I said, and then as if that wasn't enough, imagine that your work is so beautiful that a gallery owner comes along or a shop owner and they say, do you know what? I love this work so much. I would like to put it in my shop and I would like to display it in my gallery. And I'd like 6 pieces to make a beautiful statement about you, the artist. And then, and here it is in brackets, but I, as a gallery, am only going to pay you 50% of what it says on that ticket. Boom. So I said, so if you go in at 50, she's going to only want to pay you 25. And out of that 25, you've got to pay your stall, you've got to pay your credit card, you've got to pay your time. I said, wouldn't that be a little bit soul destroying? So I said, going back to what I said, I wouldn't expect to pay any less than 150 for this piece. Anyway, needless to say, it's on my kitchen table. I'm all for supporting people. And she was so excited because it was the first thing she'd ever sold. Brilliant. Cool, I'm glad I'm with you and not tomorrow. Mind you, I wouldn't talk from the heart, would I? On Hobby Maker. Yeah, but it was a brilliant moment. Do you understand? It was a really brilliant moment. And I'm so excited about this beautiful weave. And I'll show it to you. When I show you all the pottery from the States, I'll show it to you. It's fabulous. And she was so down on herself, and I thought, wow, friend, your work is exquisite. I said to her, why aren't you selling it? She said, I know there are loads of imperfections in it. I said, what? I don't see them. I don't see them, darling. Don't be pointing them out. And her imperfections are like our imperfections. They are not visible. Aren't we mad? Honestly. So it was good. Right, Elizabeth. Fantastic. Okay. Glynis, I'm going to cry again now I know you're coming. So brilliant. Look at that artwork. Now tell me that you understand why it's not the same if Glynis isn't with us. Look at that. Check out this cutting, grid work, and then, as if that weren't enough, embossing and embroidery. What? What? Hey? Look at that. And Glynis took the time to make that for me. Absolutely amazing. Glynis and Pete. Cool. Do you find this overwhelming? Well, I do. Absolutely. God bloody hell, I'm going to have to put my professional hat on tomorrow. Hey? It's just all so thoughtful and beautiful, you know? And when you know the people, you know them, and you know what they're going through, and yet still they find time, you know? They still find time. And I know these people, and I know what they're going through. And you just think, crikey, how do you find the time for all this? There's another beautiful one. Jackie Cooling. Absolutely gorgeous. Jackie Cooling, I've got all the embroidery stuff and never had a go yet. Well, blimey, Jackie. Actually, that's a thought. If it didn't take so long, we could do something around the open days with embroidery, but we'd have to sit there for 3 days doing it. Hey, look at that beautiful artwork. And I love this. This is a Josie Davidson. I miss her as well. Look, see how it pops in there. I love this idea. 65 today. You gave it away. I'm 66 now. Julie Campbell. Isn't that gorgeous? Little bit of die cutting. Lovely. Jane Nesterenko's flowers. I love it. Thank you, Julie. See? No, you don't throw anything away. It's important. It's important. Catherine Peace. Gorgeous. Wishing you a very happy birthday. Love and best wishes, Catherine. Again, check out the lovely embroidery. Hey? Ah, that's interesting. That one looks like the one that we got that was blank. Sharon Bradford. Wishing you a happy birthday. I hope you're feeling much better. Hello. This is lovely. Sharon Bradford, look at the cutting out around that edge. God blimey, ladies. Isn't that something? And then around that edge, as if the inside weren't enough, as if that layer weren't enough. I mean, all this should be in a gallery, shouldn't it? Shouldn't it be in a gallery? If we were rich, I'd make a gallery. I would. I'd have a parchment gallery. And I'd put it in London so that people could come from all over the world. Yeah. I think I have a Sheila Gray special. I tell you what, Sheila, this is some artwork. Look, I do like this design, don't you? Isn't that super? So that's using, Jane, I know that you can dissect this one. If I'm not mistaken, this is definitely, isn't this a Tina Cox? That lovely, that we did in the retreat with, do you remember the last time Tina worked with us in the retreat? And we did that, it was a multiple set and it had a really cool, God, I can remember it because I remember thinking I could do that. So, and it was a Tina design, but wasn't it to do? And there was a little baby plate in the center of the plate mate. It was a baby plate mate, and in the center, and it had loads of words in boxes. I'm pretty sure that was it. I'm going to have to I'm going to have to investigate that because I think that's a pretty special set, that one. And then again, it looks like only Sheila Gray writes to me. Look, but I just keep I keep them all. I keep everything. There you go. And this lovely. Love that. Happy birthday to you. And then we've got Hazel and Steve. Dearest Barbara, wishing you all that life provides on this your birthday. Ah, good people. Hazel. So Hazel Edwards, good friend. Isn't that lovely? She's doing the Groovi make and take at the open days. Yes. Yes. Very talented and a good friend. Yeah. Right. So, God, blimey, I've worn myself out with all that emotion. I said to Jilly, I'm just going to do 5 minutes to let them know that Louise isn't feeling very well. Oh, I can't help myself. Right. Okay, Christmas. We'll keep it quick. We'll keep it moving. Okay, 100 days to Christmas. It's 93 days today. And Jane says, you'll have your professional hat on tomorrow. You'll be fine. Yes, I will. I'm on 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock. Last time I went a month ago, and that was when I thought that I don't think I even went into this with you, what happened, but it was like someone had punched me right in the solar plexus. Honestly, it took me to my knees, and it was about an hour before we were going live. Oh no. And that, thank heaven, Dave was with me and he was able to get me home. So I didn't fancy going to A&E that far away from home. Yeah, I know. But it seems, okay, I went back to the hospital. We've had loads and loads of tests, something wrong with my liver, something wrong with the blood, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I went back on Saturday morning and my liver's back to normal and it's fine. So it seems that it is definitely gallstones. Got to have my gallbladder out, but that's not a problem. Keyhole surgery, easy. Honestly, I thought I was having a heart attack. And then when you look it up, it says, oh yeah, it feels like you're having a heart attack when you have a gallstone attack. So, well, nobody told me that. That woke me up. Actually, it knocked me out. Right, Glynis, who's doing the snip clinic at the open days, which are, you're going to go to the blog and have a look, the start of November, 10th, 11th of November. Linda Williams is doing a workshop on the Sunday. So am I. It might be worth considering coming. I know that it's Linda's last one. She's retiring. It's official. She says she's happy to still do design work for me. Thank goodness. We're best mates, right? I wouldn't let her stop. It wouldn't be good for her. But she's retiring from workshops, you know. I understand that. It takes it out of you. It really does. So you want to be there. Definitely. In November. It'll be a good one. Look at that lovely artwork. That was a Linda Williams. We did this at a retreat at the spa. Do you remember? Yeah, and Dave is going with me again, Jackie. Too right. Glynis and Peter. Yeah, Glynis, do you remember when we did that? It was so lovely. It was that shadow thing, wasn't it? Love, love, love. Well, Glynis, you can teach us how to do this at the snip clinic. Yeah. How about that? We could do that one. Brace yourself. This is from M Fairley. She does so much for the community. There we are. Lovely. With love at Christmas. And here we have one from Stephanie, David, the whole family. Ruth, Jack. Nice. Cool. This is a lovely one. Check this out. This is Linda Williams' design, isn't it? Look at that. Isn't it lovely? So I wonder how, does that open? I've got to look now. It feels like it wants to open. Oh, look. Oh, look. Follow. Isn't that beautiful? Wishing you a happy Christmas. Thank you so much. There you go. Can you imagine the time that took? I love that plate. I remember selling that one on Create and Craft. I remember selling that whole set. It was brilliant. There, this is a Hazel Edwards, if ever I saw one. There you go. Hazel and Steve to the Clarity team. That's nice. I like that idea. Oh, look, it's a mover. It's a mover. Not nice. Big star filled with a Tina Cox design. I know that design. That's lovely. And then we have, what have we got here? Oh, the trolls, the gnomes. Do you remember these guys? Jackie Cooling again. Many thanks for all your hard work over the year and every year. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Thanks and love, Jackie. How cool is that? Jackie Cooling. Cherished member of the community. Sue Carpenter. You see, you come along every Tuesday, every Monday, you support us. Sometimes you must think, what am I doing? I've got more stash than I'll ever be able to use in a lifetime. But the thing is, that's what keeps the community going. You know, that is that. It keeps your creativity going, but it keeps us going, that keeps the community going. So it's a kind of it's like an unspoken cycle, isn't it? You know, we make nice things, you buy nice things, we share nice things, we show nice things, you make nice things, we share nice things, and so it keeps coming. And that's how we just keep going. And at the end of the day, when you consider it, what happens is, apart from a lot of people have made a living and a life from Clarity, a lot of people in the community have made a living and a life from Clarity, or, you know, at least made a life. And I know that a lot of you know, it's a really important thing, this company for you. It's not so much the company as in the business, but the company as in the community. We keep each other company. We're here to keep you company. If I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. We're here to keep you company. That's why when Louise was poorly this morning, I said, well, we can't just put up a cancel. It's one thing if I cancel, you know, sometimes Paul jumps in then if he's around. But we're here to keep you company. I said, no, they'll all be ready. Look, there's 100 people. You can't say to 100 people, sorry, I'll flick the kettle off. So there you go. And we've ended up having a great time. I love this. This is a Linda Williams design, isn't it? Isn't that nice? I know. Really lovely. Sue Carpenter. Right, come on, Barbara. We'll be here longer than an hour. Hazel and Steve again. Thank you for friendship, for trust, for guidance, and everything in between. Where would we be without the great company that is Clarity? Oh, Hazel. There you go. That's exactly what I've just said. That's exactly what I've just said. Where would we be without you? Right, what have we got here? Jackie Cooling again. This is like the Jackie Cooling Appreciation Society. But that's it, you see. If you're here for years, I don't believe, and I've got to tell you, I did not look at who made these cards. I was only looking at the front. Remember, I only had 10 minutes. It was like that. Boom, 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 boom. It's funny. Jackie Cooling, Hazel Edwards. Jackie Cooling, Hazel Edwards. Jackie Cooling, Hazel Edwards. Do you know each other? Look, this is lovely. Guess who? Go on. Hazel Edwards. I know. Clarity, sanity. I'll give you that, Lillian. I love this one. With love to you both. Carol Pangstello. I love Carol. She has a style all of her own. She was always, and she still is, a very talented stamper. But she's on the Groovi design team. And her work always has a really beautiful finish. Look at that. Designer paper in the background. That's a Linda Williams plate, isn't it? Carol P. Thank you for the yummy brownies. You're very welcome. This is a nice one. Now, who's done this one then? Liz. Let's check it out. Liz Johnson. Thank you so much. Beautiful, classy card. Look at that. Embroidery. I know. I love that. Isn't that lovely? And then we've got one here, a beautiful butterfly. Elizabeth for Christmas. I love it. Absolutely marvelous. What a great treat. And like I say, you know, these are all, to me, they're gifts. Oh, look. Penny. Penny's such a good woman. She's always at the open days. Ah, I wanted to wish you and yours a very Merry Christmas and a happy, healthy 2024. Oh, look, Dad's at the top. Ragnar, Paul, Barbara, Sheila, Mum, Mark, Steve, Clarity Team, Dave, Eric, Dad. Oh, how beautiful is that? M. Fairley. There we are. 12 days of Christmas. Gorgeous. Love and hugs. Oh, now this is a nice one. Sonia Goodliff, Frohe Weihnachten, Mutti. There we go, look. Lovely, stamped on parchment. Love that. So I've got some here that I've... Sarah Axton. There we go. Beautiful again. See, stamped on parchment, on designer parchment. Oh, this is a lovely one. This is one of those layout plates. You see, they always... Have you noticed how classy they look? Let's have a look here. Sheila Gray again. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna. Do you know what I'm gonna do? I don't think Sheila's with us today. I think I'm gonna get all Sheila's, and I'm gonna make a calendar for her kitchen, for her and Steve for Christmas. She'll be a little bit flummoxed because I'm gonna send her her own work back. I've got enough. Lovely, isn't it? Do you know what? I think that's definitely what I'm going to do. Look how pretty this is, though. She's an extraordinary card maker, isn't she? And that's quite achievable, you know. Jane, do us a favour. Take a screen grab of that one and then maybe tell us where that came from. You can dissect that for us, Jane. I know you can. Because I like that. Sheila Stacey. Lovely card. I love this. Look, with the little birdhouses. Gorgeous cutting out. Lovely colours. So much work. From our house to your house. Isn't that lovely? Sheila Stacey and Graham. 2025. Oh, thank you for everything. And thanks to Grace and Mark for sharing their mum with the rest of the world. Oh, isn't that lovely? You'll get me started again. We wish you a Merry Christmas. Look, there's that one from Linda. Isn't it beautiful? I love that perforating. That's a grid in the background and then just perforate square. Look, it's a square bold grid. Never forget watching Josie Davison perforate. She's like a singer-sewing machine. I've never known anyone go so fast. And there's us. Ding, 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 ding. But it looks so classy. I'm going to show you that one more time. Look at that. They're gifts. These are precious gifts. They're not cards, are they? Hey. Again, beautiful bell. Lots of lovely work. Love and hugs, M. Never forgets. Cool, this is a bit of a cracker as well. Who do we think? Glynis. Oh, there was another one. That beautiful blue one. What a tag, though. Look. So that is a pretty fantastic. We're going to have to get Glynis to tell us how she made this. Look at that. What a beautiful tag. You'd put that on the wall, wouldn't you? Glynis. And Glynis is doing the snip clinic. That makes my day. Jane Telford. Thank you, Jane, for a beautiful card Thank you for all your support you gave me this year. Oh, yeah. The chips were well and truly down, weren't they, Jane? And what a fantastic recovery that Colin of yours is made, that tough northerner. What a guy, eh? I know. Yeah, yeah. But what a beautiful... Look, this is all cut out. Can you believe this? Check that out. It's all cut out. Isn't that beautiful? And last but not least, Carol P. With love to you both. I love it. Look, she's done that trick again with the bowl, with the embossing. See, I just love that look. And that it don't get much easier than that, does it? I think is that a fine one? Looks fun, but it probably isn't. There you go. We hope you have a wonderful Christmas filled with love and happiness. Recharge your batteries. Will do. So, do you know what? That brings us to 10 o'clock. We spent a whole hour. I know, I need to get back to work. Otherwise, I won't know what I'm doing tomorrow. I've done a little bit of prep for the Hobby Maker shows at 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock. I hope you can join me. So this afternoon, there won't be any TV, but we hadn't planned on any anyway, which is just as well, really. Or we would be spiraling. But what an emotional morning. I know. I wonder what my condition is. I think it's called a combination of joy and empathy and age. It's all that, isn't it? I've always been like this, though, to be fair. What a lovely, unexpected hour. Thank you, Jackie. I know, little did you know that all those cards that you've been making all those years, that I was able to not just show you them, but I was able to find them with 10 minutes to go. Oh, no, I surprised myself. Yeah, just goes to show you. Thank you so much for joining me. We all wish Louise speedy recovery, okay? Do go and check out my blog. Get your calendar out and see if you can join us, because I think you will really enjoy. Anybody that comes to the open days goes away really pleased they came. And like I said, on the Sunday, Linda's doing a workshop, as is Barbara, and they might be worth joining too. Well, I know Linda's definitely going to be brilliant. Okay, so there we go. Jane, thank you so much for supporting, as always, and thank you to everybody for joining in. This afternoon, no 2 o'clock show. Tomorrow, 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock. Hopefully, I'll be able to get it sorted. Dave's taking me up to Redditch, so that'll be the Hobby Maker show, and I'm doing. It's all about mini makes, all samplers, little samplers, things that we've done on Monday afternoons, all put into a little compact presentation. And then the next time we're going to get together is Friday morning at 10 o'clock. And boy, will you enjoy that. So they're masks used in combination with stamps, alphabet masks, really cool. So I'll show you how that works at 10 o'clock on Friday morning. Go